Well, hello there again, friends and neighbors from around the world. Said hi here again with another sermon from the Church of High Thoughts on the Commonalities. And today it relates to Taoism, which for years I called Taoism. But this isn't my cup of tea here. I am just trying to give everyone an overview of these different religions and how they relate to the commonalities. And in fact, I'm finding it quite educational. Taoism, there's a lot of beautiful things in it. So, um, again, these are more referenced. They're kind of long, a lot of repeating. Used AI for a lot of the material on it. But if there's anybody out there that thinks it needs something added to it, or if there's something wrong, keep it all positive, if you would, in the comments. But I think the bottom line is you'll see that Taoism and all of these that I'm doing videos on relate to the commonalities. And that seems to be something that's missing these days from a lot of the religions. So without further ado, I've rambled enough. So let's just jump into it, shall we? Taoism started roughly around 500 to 400 BCE. Tao, often translated as the way, is central concept in Taoism and encompasses harmony with the natural flow of the universe. Its philosophy offers several positive aspects. Harmony with nature. Tao emphasizes living in balance with the rhythms of nature, fostering a sense of peace and connection to the world. Simplicity and contentment. It encourages simplicity in life, promoting gratitude and finding joy in the present moment rather than chasing material possessions or external success. Flexibility and adaptability. Like water flowing around obstacles, Tao teaches the importance of being flexible and adapting to life's challenges, fostering resilience and inner strength. That all sounds good. Non-interference. Though the principle of Wu Li, effortless action, Tao suggests working with the natural order rather than forcefully imposing one's will, reducing stress and conflict. Balance. Taoist philosophy stresses the importance of balance, as seen in the concept of yin and yang, highlighting the interconnectedness of opposites and the need for equilibrium in life. Self-awareness. It encourages introspection and understanding oneself, leading to personal growth and a deeper connection with the world. It's a timeless philosophy with insights that resonate across cultures and lifestyles. All right, first up on the commonalities, love and compassion. Taoism emphasizes love and kindness as natural extensions of living in harmony with the Tao or the way. While these concepts are not always addressed explicitly in Taoist text, they are inherent in the philosophy's principles of compassion, balance, and interconnectedness. All right, compassion. C. Compassion is one of the three treasures in Taoism, along with simplicity and humility. It encourages individuals to act with love and understanding, fostering kindness towards all living beings. Wu Wei, effortless action. And I apologize if I'm saying any of these wrong. So, having said that, Taoism teaches that love and kindness should flow naturally without force or presence. These qualities arise effortlessly, easy for me to see, effortlessly when one aligns with the Tao and embraces their true nature. Interconnectedness. Taoism views all beings as interconnected parts of the same natural order. This perspective cultivates empathy and recognition that acts of love and kindness contribute to the harmony of the whole. Non-judgment. Love and kindness in Taoism are often expressed through acceptance and non-judgment, recognizing the inherent value of each person and the importance of allowing others to follow their own path. That all sounds like good advice. You can see why this flowed through so many other different religions. In Taoist thought, love and kindness are not obligations, but organic expressions of living in accordance with the flow of life. They emerge naturally when one finds balance and unity with the world. Next up, helping the poor. Taoism emphasizes living in harmony with the Tao, or the way, and this philosophy naturally extends to how one treats others, including helping the poor. Here are some key Taoist perspectives. Compassion. Compassion is one of the three treasures of Taoism, alongside simplicity and humility. Taoist teachings encourage showing kindness and empathy to all, including those in need, as a way of maintaining harmony in the world. Interconnectedness. Taoism views all beings as part of the natural flow of life. Helping the poor is seen as an act that benefits the greater whole, as it strengthens the balance and unity of the community. Non-interference and balance. Taoism values naturalness and non-interference. Again, I'll try and say it, wu-wei, when helping the poor. The aim should be to empower them in a way that aligns with their natural abilities and circumstances, fostering self-sufficiency rather than dependence. Avoiding excess and greed. Taoist teachings often critique material excess and emphasize simplicity. This perspective encourages sharing resources with those in need, reducing inequality, and fostering mutual care. Leading by example. Taoist sages are depicted as living modest, humble lives and helping others without seeking recognition. Their behavior serves as a model for how to act with kindness and generosity. In Taoism, helping the poor is not about obligation, but about aligning with the flow of life and acting from a place of compassion and balance. Forgiveness. In Taoism, forgiveness is often approached through the lens of harmony, balance, and letting go. The Taoist perspective emphasizes living in accordance with the natural flow of the Tao and avoiding attachments to negative emotions like anger or resentment. A key idea in Taoism is that holding on to grudges or seeking revenge disrupts inner peace and harmony. Instead, forgiveness is seen as a way to release burdens and align oneself with effortless flow of life. By letting go of ego and self-importance, one can transcend the need for forgiveness altogether, as there is no longer a sense of being wronged. Interesting concept. A Taoist story illustrates this beautifully. A sage asked a disciple to carry a sack of potatoes, each representing a grudge. Over time, the sack becomes heavy and starts to rot, symbolizing the burden of holding on to negativity. The lesson is that by letting go of these potatoes, one can lighten their load and live more freely. Promoting peace and reconciliation. Taoism encourages peace and reconciliation, emphasizing harmony with the Tao, which represents the natural order of the universe. Here are some key Taoist principles related to peace and reconciliation. I looked this up and I could have swore it's woo-wee, but it sure makes it seem funny to me to say it out loud now. Anyways, that is non-action or effortless action. Taoist teaches that by aligning with the flow of nature and practicing wu-wei, individuals can avoid unnecessary conflict. This philosophy promotes a peaceful existence by letting events unfold naturally and avoiding forceful or aggressive actions. Yin-yang balance. The Taoist concept of yin and yang reflects the duality and balance in all aspects of life. It teaches that peace arises when opposing forces are in harmony. Reconciliation from this perspective involves restoring balance and mutual understanding. Compassion and simplicity. Lao Tzu, the sage behind the foundational Taoist text Tao Te Ching, advocates compassion, humility, and simplicity. These virtues encourage peaceful relationships and discourage contention. I thought it said discourage contentment for a second. Discourages contention. Letting go. Taoism emphasizes letting go of desires, grudges, and attachments that lead to conflict. By adopting a mindset of acceptance and detachment, reconciliation becomes more achievable. Harmony with nature. Living in accordance with the Tao involves fostering harmony with both the environment and fellow beings. Taoism encourages individuals to avoid causing harm and to coexist peacefully with all life. Taoism's teachings focus on cultivating inner peace, which radiates outward into peaceful interactions and reconciliatory behavior. Reconciliatory. You get the idea. Next up, humility and service to others. Taoism promotes humility and service to others as part of living in harmony with the Tao, the natural order of the universe. These virtues are deeply rooted in its teachings and reflect the Taoist philosophy of simplicity and balance. Humility. Taoists emphasize the value of humility as a way to align with the Tao. Lao Tzu in the Tao Te Ching highlights that those who are humbled and do not seek personal glory are often the strongest and most resilient. For example, water is frequently used as a metaphor for humility. Despite being soft and lowly, it has the power to shape mountains and nourish life. Service to others. Taoist teachings encourage individuals to serve others selflessly and without attachment to recognition or reward. Service to others is seen as a reflection of living in harmony with the interconnectedness of all life, promoting balance and harmony. Wu Wei, effortless action. Serving others in Taoism often aligns with the concept of Wu Wei, or acting in accordance with the natural flow of life instead of forcing outcomes. Taoists believe in contributing to others' well-being in a way that feels natural and balanced. Simplicity and selflessness. Taoism values simplicity and living a modest, unassuming life. By focusing less on personal gain and more on collective harmony, individuals can better serve their communities and the world. These principles guide Taoists toward a life of humility and service, fostering inner peace and harmonious relationships with others. All right, next up on the commonalities, mercy. In Taoism, mercy is closely related to the concept of compassion, which is one of the three treasures of Taoist philosophy outlined in the Tao Te Ching. Mercy reflects the Taoist ideals of living in harmony with the natural world and fostering balance and kindness in relationships. Here are some key Taoist perspectives on mercy. Compassion as a virtue. Lao Tzu described compassion as essential to living in accordance with the Tao. It is considered one of the qualities that allows individuals to connect with others and with the natural flow of life. Gentleness and non-harming. Taoism emphasizes gentleness and non-aggression, reflecting a merciful approach to life. By practicing Wu Wei, effortless action, Taoists avoid forcing their will onto others, showing mercy by allowing life to unfold naturally without harm. Mercy and strength. In Taoist teachings, true strength is often associated with softness and mercy. Much like water that is gentle yet powerful in its persistence. Lao Tzu wrote, "The soft overcomes the hard," as a reminder of the transformative power of mercy and compassion. Living in harmony. Mercy is seen as a way to maintain harmony within oneself and the world. By being kind and forgiving, individuals align themselves with the Tao and contribute to balance and peace. Taoism views mercy as a profound expression of living in tune with the Tao, encouraging individuals to embody compassion and gentleness in all aspects of life. Next up, justice and fairness. All right, in Taoism, justice and fairness are viewed through the lens of harmony and balance rather than rigid rules or structured systems. Taoism emphasizes living in accordance with the Tao, a natural order that governs the universe, and encourages individuals to embrace a more flexible and holistic understanding of justice. Justice as a natural balance. Taoism promotes the idea that true justice flows from alignment with the Tao. It is not about punishment or retribution, but about restoring balance and harmony. Acts of fairness naturally arise when individuals live authentically and harmonize with the rhythms of the universe. Avoiding judgment. Taoist teachings caution against harsh judgments or rigid ideas of right and wrong. Lao Tzu and the Tao Te Ching suggest that overly imposing human concepts of justice can disrupt the natural flow of the Tao. Instead, the focus is on understanding and accepting the interconnectedness of all things. Non-interference. The principle of Wu Wei, effortless action, reflects Taoism's preference for allowing situations to resolve naturally rather than forcing outcomes. Fairness and justice are seen as emerging spontaneously when individuals act with humility and in harmony with the Tao. Compassionate leadership. There's a good one. I think we should come back to that one in multiple religions on this one. Taoist philosophy encourages leaders to rule with compassion and wisdom, guiding their communities gently and without domination. Fairness, in this sense, is about creating conditions where people can flourish without coercion or exploitation. Wow, what a concept right there. Going to have to come back to that one. In Taoism, justice and fairness are less about enforcing rules and more about fostering harmony, compassion, and a natural balance within oneself and society. All right, next up, respect and kindness. Taoism emphasizes living in harmony with the Tao, a concept representing the natural order of the universe. Respect and kindness in Taoism flow from the understanding of interconnectedness and the balance of all things. Central to Taoist teachings are principles like Wu Wei, often translated as non-action or effortless action. This concept involves aligning oneself with the flow of life rather than forcing things. From this perspective, kindness and respect arise naturally when one acts in harmony with others and the world. Compassion. C. Taoism encourages compassion as one of the three treasures, alongside moderation and humility. This treasure highlights the importance of showing gentleness and kindness to all living beings. Okay, I like that one. All right. Interconnectedness. Taoism sees all things as part of the same whole, suggesting that treating others with respect and kindness is not just moral, but a reflection of one's unity with the world. Taoist texts such as the Tao Te Ching by Lao Tzu often discuss these values poetically. For example, chapter 49 states, "The sage has no fixed mind. He takes the mind of the people as his own. To those who are good, I am good. To those who are not good, I am also good. And thus all are good." Interesting concept. Taoism views respect and kindness not as obligations, but as natural expressions of a harmonious life. Okay. All right, gratitude. Taoism, rooted in the teachings of Lao Tzu and the philosophy of Tao, approaches gratitude as a natural expression of harmony and interconnectedness with the universe. While it may not emphasize gratitude as a formal practice, it encourages an attitude of reverence, humility, and appreciation. Here's how gratitude is reflected in Taoist thought. Living in harmony. Taoism teaches that living in alignment with the Tao involves accepting and appreciating the flow of life, its ups and downs, without resistance. Gratitude arises from recognizing the beauty and balance of nature and the universe. Simplicity and contentment. Taoism values simplicity, wu-wei, or effortless action, and contentment as paths to peace. Gratitude comes naturally when individuals embrace simplicity and are thankful for what they have. Respect for nature. Nature holds a central place in Taoist philosophy. Showing gratitude for the natural world and all its gifts align with the Taoist understanding of life as interconnected and cyclical. Quiet reflection and meditation. Taoist practices like meditation encourage reflection and a sense of wonder about existence. Gratitude may emerge from this awareness and connection to the greater whole. Compassion and humility. Taoism advocates compassion and humility, which include acknowledging the contributions of others and expressing thankfulness. Wow, that's a very important one. Contributions of others and expressing thankfulness. Just thought I should say that again. In essence, Taoism sees gratitude as a subtle, intrinsic part of living in balance with the universe. It's not just about saying thank you, but about embodying a deeper appreciation for life itself. All right, charity and generosity. Taoism, grounded in the concept of harmony with the Tao, views charity and generosity as natural extensions of living in alignment with the flow of life and the interconnectedness of all beings. While it doesn't prescribe structured or obligatory charitable acts, Taoism embraces kindness and giving as virtues that arise effortlessly from a balanced, harmonious life. Here's how Taoism approaches charity and generosity. Alignment with the Tao. Taoism emphasizes the idea of living in harmony with the Tao. Acts of charity and generosity are seen as spontaneous expressions of this harmony, reflecting a natural concern for others' well-being. Non-attachment, the ever popular wu-wei. Generosity in Taoism is characterized by wu-wei, effortless action. This means giving without force, expectation, or attachment, allowing kindness to flow naturally and genuinely without seeking recognition or reward. Interconnectedness and balance. Taoism recognizes the interconnectedness of all life. Charity is a way to honor this connection, maintaining balance in society and nature by supporting those in need. That seems like a good one. Humility and simplicity. The Tao Te Ching encourages humility and simplicity. True generosity aligns with these principles, where one gives selflessly and avoids pride or ostentation in their acts of kindness. Respect for the individual. Taoist philosophy values respecting others' autonomy and dignity. Charity is not about imposing one's will, but offering help in a way that empowers and respects the recipient. In essence, Taoism views charity and generosity as organic, unforced acts that reflect one's harmony with the Tao and compassion for all living beings. These acts are valued not for their grandeur, but for their authenticity and alignment with the flow of life. All right, Last but not least of the commonalities, a biggie to me, truthfulness. In Taoism, truthfulness is regarded as a natural and essential aspect of living in harmony with the Tao. It is not framed as a rigid moral rule, but as an organic outcome of aligning with the principles of simplicity, authenticity, and integrity. Here's how Taoism approaches truthfulness. Alignment with the Tao. Truthfulness is seen as an expression of living in accordance with the Tao. When one is in harmony with the natural flow of life, honesty and authenticity naturally arise. Simplicity and authenticity. Taoism values simplicity and authenticity as virtues. Being truthful is part of being authentic, not only in speech, but in one's actions, biggie right there, and way of life. Boy, we're going to come back to that later on. The Tao Te Ching advises people to live simply, genuinely, and without pretense. One's actions and way of life speak so much. All right, effortless action. Truthfulness in Taoism is connected to the concepts of Wu Wei. Speaking truth is not forced or contrived, but flows naturally from a state of balance and self-awareness. Compassionate truth. While Taoism values truthfulness, it also emphasizes the importance of kindness and respect. Truth should be expressed in a way that preserves harmony and avoids unnecessary harm. Okay, inner truth. Taoism encourages individuals to seek inner truth by cultivating self-awareness and understanding their connection to the Tao. This inner authenticity is seen as more important than societal or superficial truths. In essence, truthfulness in Taoism is about being true to oneself and to the flow of life, allowing authenticity and harmony to guide interactions. It is less about rigid rules and more about natural embodying honesty in thought, words, and deeds. All right. Got through Taoism, and apologize again for all the mispronunciations and all that fun stuff. I guess I'll bring this up in a later video. I was aiming to include it in these, but I do have this thing called by a company called Useful Charts. It's a chart, surprise, that outlines the world's religions, where they started and how they all filter down. And it's just amazing to me how all of these started from basically just a few ideas in different parts of the world at the time. But the similarities to me are striking in just so many ways when reading these books about different religions, and bring up a lot of insight, which I'm hoping the commonalities will bring insight to a lot of people that maybe haven't thought about it this way before. Even if you're a Christian, Muslim, anybody, I don't see how looking at Taoism and all of those things that I just went through on the commonalities can argue with that. I mean, everyone's got their own beliefs, but if we would start embracing the commonalities and the positive aspects of all of our religions, we would find that we don't have that many differences. And if you want to believe what's going to happen in the next life is different than the other person's, we got to stop all this hating and everything. I know it's invalidating, and we'll get into all that later with the whole propaganda and the group mind and that kind of stuff. And you might say, that doesn't sound like it's related to religion. Well, it's actually much more related than people think, because one of the most positive things I'm getting out of all this too is seeing how communities are built by these religions and the traditions and things like that. The positive aspects of it, where it starts getting into the political, and the world is complicated. You can't just live by the commonalities, but we really could do a better job of it. And if you're going to be focusing on something, why don't we focus on this and see if we can't make the world a better place? It's still going to get us, there's still going to be bad times, but hopefully embracing these could really help us get through some of those. So anyway, I hope this makes you think about this a little more. Um, I'm not pushing any religion. I don't have any beef with any of them. What I'm shooting for is getting people to think about it, have more tolerance, see what they have in common, so that maybe we could actually develop a community of all sorts of different religions that are focused on these aspects. I don't know. It's just a crazy concept. May not go anywhere. If you've made it this far in the video, I appreciate it. I'm rambling a bit now, but gosh, things are getting weird in the world. And if we don't do something to come together as humanity, it doesn't look good. And I'm not here basing that on fear. I'm not trying to get you scared, or send me money because I don't have any answers for you. All I'm trying to do is get people to think about this more. And I'm hoping the commonalities will at least have a little effect. Okay. I've rambled enough. I guess I'm just tired, and I appreciate it. If you did watch the whole thing, you deserve a medal. If you jumped in, that's fine too. If you want to donate in the name of the Church of High Thoughts or the Commonalities, and text me, or not text me, but add it in the comments, whatever it is. Like I say, I'm tired. Keep it positive. Let's all try and be positive. And again, let's just try and make the world a better place. And I'll have another video out for you tomorrow. All right. Thanks again.